The foundation by Sundiata Keita, 1235. The empire arose from the fragments of the fallen Ghana Empire, the Karukan. Fuga Charter. After winning the Battle of Karina, Sundiata Keita proclaimed this constitution, which is one of the world's earliest declarations of human rights, guaranteeing social peace, education, and equality unification. He united the Malinke clans and secured total control over the wealthy Bua and Bambouk goldfields. Mansa Musa, the wealthiest individual in history, 1312 to 1337. Mansa Musa's reign marked the absolute pinnacle of Malian power and international recognition. The pilgrimage to Mecca, 1324. He traveled with a caravan of 60,000 men and tons of pure gold. His massive spending and charity in Cairo injected so much gold into the economy that it caused severe inflation, lasting over a decade, putting Mali on the map. This legendary journey put Mali on European radar, earning it a prominent spot on the famous 1375 Catalan Atlas, which depicts Mansa Musa holding a golden coin. Timbuktu, the intellectual capital of Africa, upon returning from Mecca, Mansa Musa brought back the Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, who designed the iconic Jingareba Mosque using baked mud bricks. Sankore University. Timbuktu grew into a premier global center of Islamic learning, hosting up to 25,000 students from across North Africa and the Middle East. The Timbuktu manuscripts. Hundreds of thousands of manuscripts were written and preserved here, covering advanced topics like astronomy, mathematics, medicine, law, and philosophy. The decline of the Mali Empire. By the late 14th century, the Mali Empire began to fracture due to several internal and external pressures, succession crises, weak rulers, and civil wars over the throne drained the empire's wealth and military focus. Loss of trade control. Rebel groups and neighboring kingdoms began raiding the lucrative trans-Saharan trade routes. The rebel cities, key trading hubs like Gao and Timbuktu, grew tired of paying taxes to Mali and began looking for a way out. The rise of the Songhai. The Songhai people, based along the Niger River in the city of Gao, had been conquered by Mali under Mansa Musa. As Mali weakened, the Songhai seized their chance for independence. Soni Ali the Great, 1464 to 1492. He was a brilliant military strategist who built a powerful navy of canoes on the Niger River and a swift cavalry on land. He conquered Timbuktu and Jen, officially replacing Mali as the dominant superpower in West Africa. Askia Muhammad I, 1493 to 1528. He overthrew Soni Ali's son and created the Askia dynasty. He was a deeply religious ruler who revived Timbuktu's universities, reformed the government, and standardized weights and measures for trade. The sudden collapse, 1591. Despite its immense power, the Songhai Empire fell rapidly due to a technological imbalance. The Moroccan invasion. The Sultan of Morocco, seeking control of the gold mines, sent an army across the Sahara Desert. The Battle of Tondibi, in 1591. The Moroccans defeated the vast Songhai army because they possessed a new, devastating weapon, firearms, muskets, which the Songhai had never faced before. This collapse ended the era of the great, unified West African empires, fracturing the region into smaller kingdoms, until the French arrived centuries later. Following the sudden collapse of the medieval empires, the region fractured into smaller states until a new external power reshaped its borders entirely. Here is the next chapter of Mali's history, the era of French colonization and the road to independence. Late 19th century, 1960. The French conquest and resistance, late 1800s. During the European scramble for Africa, France began pushing inland from its coastal bases in Senegal into the Niger River Valley. The colonizers' vision. The French viewed this vast inland territory as a critical land bridge connecting their North African colonies, like Algeria, with their West African coastal holdings. Samori. Tourist resistance. The French advance faced fierce military opposition, most notably from Samori Touré, the founder of the Wassoulou Empire. He utilized brilliant guerrilla tactics and manufactured his own firearms to hold off French forces for nearly 2 decades before his capture in 1898. Life under French Sudan, 1899 to 1958. By 1899, France consolidated its control and named the colony French Sudan, Soudan Français, integrating it into the massive administrative Federation of French West Africa, exploitation and infrastructure. The French forced the local population into labor and heavy taxation. They built the Kays-Bamako Railway to connect the inland Niger River trade directly to the Atlantic port of Dakar, streamlining the export of cash crops like cotton and peanuts. The 1915 uprising, dissatisfaction ran deep, exploding into a massive anti-French rebellion across the region during World War I, which French colonial troops brutally suppressed. The push for freedom and Modibo Keïta, 1940s-1960. Following World War II, a powerful wave of nationalism swept across West Africa. The USRDA Party nationalist leader Modibo Keïta co-founded the Union Sudanese Rassemblement Démocratique Africaine, USRDA, a political party that aggressively pushed for cultural autonomy and an end to colonial rule. The Mali Federation, 1959. Seeking strength in unity, French Sudan and Senegal merged to form the Mali Federation, gaining full independence from France on June 20th, 1960. Birth of the Republic, September 22nd, 1960. The federation was incredibly short-lived due to deep political friction between Senegal's leaders and French Sudan's more radical leadership. Senegal officially withdrew just 2 months later, left on its own. The Sudanese Republic chose to honor the legacy of the medieval Golden Age. On September 22, 1960, it renamed itself the Republic of Mali and elected Modibo Keïta as its first president. That's it for today. If you guys enjoy the video, PLS like and sub.